All right, guys, this camera's so big, I can't even fit in the shot. This is crazy. Hey, what's up, guys? I got the new Canon Vixia GX10. Today we're going to unbox it, and we're just going to get close-up looks of the camera. We're not going to do any field testing. We're going to do that tomorrow. But yeah, check this out. Okay guys, so this is everything that comes in the box. I'm going to go ahead and get a lot of these cords out of the way so we can talk about the camera. So first of all, we've got the power cord, and this plugs into this huge power brick, power the camera, and it has a proprietary plug. Okay, well, it's actually a pretty standard plug, but anyway, so that's that. Next we have the HDMI cable. This is a mini HDMI cable to regular size HDMI cable. So you can use this cable to plug into a TV, you can plug into a monitor, an external recorder. What's cool about this camera is it has clean HDMI out, so I'm pretty excited about trying to use this as a webcam and all that kind of stuff. So, pretty cool. Mini USB, huh? So you can plug this into your computer and you can sync your files and probably do firmware updates and stuff like that with this. All right. Lens cap, it's always nice. So with the lens cap, the reason the lens cap is not on the camera right now is because the lens hood has another lens cap in it. So that's pretty neat. So I'll show you that in a minute. Guys, this is something that I'm super excited about. This is the remote control. As you can see, it has zoom functions, photo, you can start and stop recording. You can go to the menu and change all your settings. You can even play and pause. So that's pretty awesome. All right, guys, so here we have the top of the camera. I've zoomed in a little closer so you guys can get a better view. We've got the lens cap, the lens hood. That's nice and beefy. We've got this fluid focus ring. You can also use this for a zoom ring. We've got stereo microphones on top. We've got a cold shoe that you can put an external microphone, you can put a light on it, different things like that. Then there's a hot shoe mount, which is Canon's proprietary hot shoe. Then we have a viewfinder, which is pretty cool. So when you're in the bright sunlight, you can still grab focus. Over here, we've got 2 SD slots. We'll show you that later. We've got the zoom. And what I love about this zoom, guys, the HD camera that I have the zoom is on top, and you go left to right. And when I use that, I never go in the right direction to begin with, because the left to right doesn't make sense to me. But the forward and back is just super intuitive. And then here we have the switch where you're switching between auto and cinema and manual modes. Okay, and then you have the power and charging light right there. Let's go to the side. All right, guys, so on the side, you've got your ND filters, and there's 3 ND filters, and then an option for no ND filter. So it's 4 little lenses that are on a turret style, which is super cool. And then you have focus and zoom, and what this switch does is it tells this ring what to do. So you can switch this ring between focus and zoom. Then you have a custom button, and then you have another ring down here. This is also programmable, and I believe there's like 8 or 9 different options that you can attach to this roller. So that's pretty cool. And we'll just go through some of the specs here. 15 times optical zoom. Vixia GX10 is the name of the camera. Manufacturer's Canon. Awesome. 4K camera. The SD cards, it'll take SD, XC, MP4. So I love the fact that this records MP4, guys, and Wi-Fi. So with Wi-Fi, you'll be able to link up with your camera and control it via a tablet, computer, or phone. Okay, and then this is all battery, guys. Let's take this out and look at it. So what we got there, what's cool about this battery is it's the same battery as my HD Canon camcorder. So I'll be able to, I have a whole bunch of extra batteries already for this camera. All right, let's look at the front. So the only thing to really look at from the front, there's the lens, and this is the lens cap. Now this has a 1-inch CMOS sensor in it, so it'll be really good in low light situations. But I just think this lens hood is really cool. The fact that on the fly you can leave the lens cap on and cover it up from the dust. On the bottom there's nothing special. We just have a 1/4-20. Then we're going to go to this side. Okay, guys, so over here we basically have this hand strap. We have these ventilation vents. Now this is a 4K camera, so it needs to ventilate a lot more. There's a lot of processing going on here. It has 2 DIGIC, I'm going to get the name wrong, but it's got 2 processors in here that are running at full blast when it's recording 4K. So cooling is very important. And then we're going to open this hatch up. So over here we've got HDMI, we've got mini USB, and then we've got microphone. Now you'll see this little groove over here, and there's a spot right here. On the more professional version of this camera, there is a broadcast connector here and then an Ethernet. But this camera that I bought only has Wi-Fi, and I don't ever shoot broadcasts, so I don't need that capability. And then on the back, what we have here is we have this amazing joystick. It's super joystick-ish. And we got a menu button, so you're going to click on the menu and then you can use a joystick. Even though this does have a touch screen, you can use a joystick and not get fingerprints all over your touch screen, which is cool. We got a magnification button, so you can zoom in with this magnification button and get your focus super tight. Record button. It's always good to have record buttons on video camcorders. And then here we have a remote. headphone jack, and then DC in. And I believe you can charge the batteries just from your camera, or you can take them out and put them in a battery charger. But there was no battery a battery charger wasn't included with the camera, so the way to charge the batteries if you don't have one is just use your DC right there. Okay, guys? And then we are going to pop this open. And as you can see, we have a screen that goes down to there, can flip all around and flip back in. Okay? So it's not fully articulating, but articulating enough. And on here, you've got auto focus to manual focus. You've got a switch there. And you've got powered image stabilization. And they also have a 1 and a 2 on them. So if you customize your button set, you can actually change the function of these buttons. All right? And since we have this open, let's go back to the side. And in here on my HD camera, this is where your SD card went in, and there was a lot of stuff going on in here. But the problem with my old camera was you had to have this thing open in order to plug headphones in and, you know, do some crazy things over here. So I'm glad that they took all that functionality off of here and put it somewhere else so I can leave the camera shut and record. But we have a pre-record button, and here's 3 and 4. So these are your 3 and 4 customizable buttons as well. So pre-record, not sure what that icon does. And then you got display, and you can turn your display on and off, which helps with the clean HDMI out. Yeah, that's it, guys. So I want to talk about just the build quality of this camera. It's super solid. It's hefty. It definitely has some weight in it. So I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to compare it to my other camera. Alright guys, so these are the size differences between my two cameras. I took this to summer camp and I was able to record 10 hours on 2 batteries and 2 SD cards. So all week I used this camera and it was a beast. And I just loved how it performed. So what I wanted to do when I got back from camp is I wanted to sell all my cameras, all my camera gear, and move to the 4K version of this camera, which is this. So this is the small camera is the Canon Vixia GX10, okay? And the fact that this is the G10 and this is the GX10, this is just the extra large G10, okay guys? You can even see by the body style, there's a lot of similarities. So basically my HD camera is here, okay? And then this whole extra section over here is all the 4K goodness. Let's talk about my HD camera. So I've had several of these. I had an XA10 and a lot of the formats, you know, all the form factors kind of followed the same format. But as you can see, all of my stuff, my dual SD slot, my component out, my headphone jack are inside of here. So I couldn't, when this is shut, I can't use my headphone jack. So I think that is something that on the new camera, that's a huge improvement. We have the, you know, the ring. Just about everything else is really similar, guys. What I love is that I bought for camp, I bought a bunch of batteries. So I already have batteries that will work in this camera. So just so you know, that's a comparison. And you might think, well, I don't have this camera, I have other cameras, but since the XA10, they've had an XA20, 30, you know, this camera has just been updated slightly. over the last several years. But this HD camera only shoots HD. It doesn't have ND filters. You know, there's a lot of things that this camera has that this camera doesn't. But I'm super excited to use this smaller camera, you know, as some of my B-roll, and this to be my main camera. All right, guys. So this is the Canon Vixia GX10. And this is the unboxing, and I got to show you some close-ups of the camera. Over the next week and next month and the next year, we're going to be using this camera all over the channel. This is going to be the daily driver that we're going to use, and we're going to start out with doing some field testing. So stay tuned to my channel. Please like, subscribe, and yeah, have a wonderful day, guys. Peace out.